Chairman Adams and members of the committee, thank you all for being here today, for the opportunity to testify in support of S-235 and for allowing video testimony to allow for more of our survivors and those of us stuck up in D.C. today to testify. My name is Catherine Glenn Foster. I serve as President and CEO of First Trades Global, headquartered right there in Columbia. I'm a constitutional attorney and an advocate for the vulnerable. Throughout my career, I have worked to defend those who are exploited and marginalized, people with the most powerful stories, like you've already heard here this afternoon. And today, I'm here to speak on the urgent need for stronger laws to combat the ever-expanding impact of human trafficking in South Carolina. Human trafficking is not just some crisis happening somewhere else. It's happening here, in our communities, in our state. Sex trafficking is a $250 to $500 million a year business, impacting thousands of lives every single day. And we're not talking about some underground, disorganized operation. It's not what we see on TV with independent prostitutes standing on street corners offering sex at a price. The vast majority of those in prostitution, as we've heard already time and time again, they're not there by choice. Over 90% of women in prostitution report having been trafficked or forced into the sex trade by circumstances beyond their control. Many have been groomed since childhood, assaulted, and stripped of their autonomy. They are no criminals. They are victims. With God's grace will be survivors, and our laws must reflect that reality. Trafficking is a sophisticated, highly profitable criminal enterprise that preys on the most vulnerable members of our society. Like every other industry in this state, it has products, buyers, sellers, transportation, infrastructure, marketing, recruitment, retention, and disposal. But unlike our legal industries, this one doesn't trade in goods or services. It trades in human life itself. Traffickers lure even preteen victims from the safety of their homes and communities through fraud, force, and coercion, manipulating them into a cycle of exploitation, trapping them into leveraged drug dependence, extreme violence and rape, as Heather Gunn testified to today, and abject slavery. Hell on earth. Victims are often recruited as minors, children, lured in by false promises of security or love or opportunity. Others are targeted because of financial desperation or addiction or instability in their home lives, as Rebecca testified to. And then once they're in that system, escape is nearly impossible without outside intervention. The traffickers know this, and they operate with impunity because the demand for commercial sex fuels the supply. That is why S-235 is so critical. It's not just another law. It's a necessary tool to attack this industry at its root. We cannot effectively fight trafficking unless we target demand. For too long, the buyers, the people who are out there paying for sex, have faced only minor penalties, often a $200 or less fine. That allows traffickers to keep profiting and buyers to walk away with just a smack on the wrist. This isn't just about punishment. It's about deterrence, about teaching that actions have consequences. When states take demand seriously, trafficking numbers drop. We've seen that already in Texas and North Carolina that have already passed laws like this bill, and the results speak for themselves. We have to follow their lead and send a clear message that South Carolina will not be a safe haven for those who exploit human beings for profit, treat human life as a commodity, and both violate and commit violence against some of the most vulnerable South Carolinians. S-235 isn't merely a bill. It is a moral imperative. By taking a stand against demand, we are protecting the most vulnerable and refusing to allow human life to be bought, sold, and discarded. The price of a human life must never be measured by the hour. Please vote favorably on this bill and send it to the full Judiciary Committee. We must not wait any longer to take meaningful, modern action against human trafficking. Chairman Adams, members, please refer to my written testimony for further analysis, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.